Okay, hello and welcome to my brand new channel. Yeah, a very short introduction. My name's Raymond, Ray or Ramy, aka Ramy Tech. This is officially my very first video. As we stand right now, I have a grand total of 0 subscribers, which is not really a surprise as I have released equally 0 content. So, welcome to my first video. Bit about myself, Scottish guy, love gaming, all things tech, particularly PC related. I've not previously attempted to break into the world of YouTube, but yeah, here I am giving it a go. Always fancied creating a small channel, doing reviews, unboxing and the likes, so yeah, here I am. Now on to the product at hand, the Wooting 60HE. Now this is something I discovered about 2 months ago, I think. I've been kind of desperate to get my hands on it ever since. There's a bit of a backlog on orders, so it took a good few weeks to get here. But yeah, arrived yesterday. It's looking pristine, still cellophane wrapped, so we'll get stuck right into that very shortly. I'll try to keep things as informative and to the point as possible. I'll break it into a few stages. What I'll do is I'll do a quick unboxing of the keyboard itself. It should be the bare bones, just the PCB. And I'll just cover very briefly of why it's obviously so popular right now. I'll then go on to unboxing the keycaps, the official double shot PBT Wooting white keycaps. I've not seen very many of these, so hopefully they look nice. And then I've also got here a custom AliExpress aluminium case. Now it's a very good price, I'll go over that when we get to it, but yeah, so what I'll do is I'll hopefully take the keyboard apart, get the PCB off with a few screws, insert it into the new aluminium case, and then I can put the keycaps on. I've also got some more keycaps here, custom keycaps. I'll mix that along with here, which I have a wee bit of custom sort of taped felt, which will be used for some sound dampening on the back of the PCB. See how that goes. And I'll do a wee time lapse probably of doing all that, so it doesn't drag on too long. Once that's all complete, hopefully the keyboard will all be together, everything will be working nice, looking good, and then I can maybe do a wee sound test, and yeah, you can give me your thoughts afterwards. But yeah, thanks very much for sticking around so far, and here we go. Okay, on to the unboxing. So let's put this aside. That's not required just now, neither is this. Okay, my trusty little opener, great £10 investment. So here we are. I do like that little take control retro design text. They're nice. Help if I opened it from the right side, to be fair. Okay. Nice. In regards to the keyboard itself, what is an analog switch, I hear you say? So, your standard gaming mechanical keyboard is actually digital. This means that it has one of two states. It's either a 0 or a 1, actuated or not actuated. There's no in between. It's either being pressed or it's not being pressed. Meanwhile here, with the Wooting keyboard, which is analog, every single keystroke has multiple states, which directly correspond to how much pressure is being applied on the key itself. The Wooting keyboard has an actuation point that varies from as little as 0.1mm, which is not much more than a feather stroke, all the way to 4mm, which is pretty much a full button press. Now, an example of using this feature in a gaming setting, well, if you imagine you're using an analog controller on an Xbox or a PlayStation and you're moving a character, if you press that analog stick ever so slightly, your character begins to move. The more you press, the quicker it moves, and so on, up to the point where they're typically running. And that's an example of what a kind of analog keystroke can do. Now, there's 2 other significant benefits to this Wooting keyboard in my opinion, one of which is a feature called Rapid Trigger. Now, this is something many gamers are highlighting provides a genuine competitive advantage in a lot of fast-paced shooters. Now, as previously stated, digital keyboards are on and off. So to press a key multiple times, you have to press the key and then lift your finger to a specific reset point before you can register another keystroke. So the rapid trigger analog switch allows you to dynamically change the reset point. So if you've pressed the key, it's an example of say 2.5mm, if you have rapid trigger set up, you can have the switch reset as soon as you lift up as little as 0.1mm off that key, allowing you to immediately press the same key down again. Now, why is that an advantage? It's not in every game, but in games such as sort of Valorant, Counter-Strike and whatnot, where being perfectly still when shooting makes a massive difference in shot accuracy, this is very beneficial. So if you're doing any kind of movement and want to stop and fire, you can almost immediately stop your character, as if once you lift that 0.1mm, you've effectively come to a complete stop. Other examples would be likes of games like PUBG, where you have to kind of wiggle in and out of cover. You've obviously got a benefit from that too. The final major benefit in Wooting's is Wooting's tachyon mode. Wooting states this tachyon mode gives you less than a 1 millisecond latency when it's enabled, which in its simplest terms just means how quickly a keystroke is received and the action is activated on the screen by the PC. So yeah, that's all the kind of main benefits that come with this keyboard. Okay, and the keys. Okay, very nice. Now they are just keycaps, although they are described on the website, on Wooting's official site. It says they are seamless double shot backlit PBT keycaps with 1.5mm thick walls, textured surface and a non-gamer design of text. Caps will never fade, tear or wear and last longer than your keyboard will, and it's just compatible with any standard cross-shaped stems. Should be able to get a look at them there. But yeah, they've got a nice texture to them. They do feel not sticky or rubbery. It's a kind of, I don't know what you'd call it. It is plastic, but there is a bit of grip to it. So yeah, they seem quite solid. A nice kind of shade of white. And that's really the keycaps. There's not much more to say about them, but yeah, we'll get them on. And as if by magic, my keys have transformed. But I don't want these just yet, so I'll move these to the side. Right, here we have the custom anodized aluminium case for the install. Now, aluminium cases always have that nice premium solid feel that plastic doesn't, so it's nice getting my hands on one. This particular case I purchased on AliExpress. From the small number of views that were available at the time, people stated it fits the Wooting 60HE near perfectly, so we'll find that out shortly. Now, the case, this is the grey variant, however it also comes in silver and black. I actually purchased the silver one, however they were out of stock. I had to wait a few weeks, still nothing in stock, so I decided to go to the grey rather than get a refund. Now, it does have that nice premium feel. It's got some steel and rubberized feet, which also feel quite solid and a good quality. And at the back it has KP Republic as the branding. What's the best part of this case? Well, I have to say it's the price. I paid a grand total of £36 delivered, which when compared to other cases of a similar quality, I think is a bit of a bargain. What I'll do is I'll put a link in of the product in the description for anyone who's interested. And yeah, so this is where it's going in. Now, let's put it all together. So here it is in all its glory. It's beautiful. But seriously, it's nice though. I'm pleased with how it looks. The case itself as well, it fits perfectly, and the screw holes align great. So when you're doing the install and taking out the PCB and switches, you simply remove the 5 screws, flip the case over, and it'll fall into your hands. And if you've got a compatible case, such as the one I've used, simply place it in the case, screw it back together, and just take care when aligning the USB-C port, and everything else is simple. I probably used a bit too much padding, but everything seems to fit fine. More than happy with it, no complaints. So yeah, I can officially recommend this aluminium case as 100% compatible with the Wooting 60HE, so yeah, feel free to pick one up. Let's change the lighting slightly. There we go. Now on to the satisfying bit. Some audio candy for your ear holes for the keyboard enthusiasts. So let's see how it sounds. And there you have it. Everybody has their own preference on how it should sound, but yeah, personally I think it sounds great and it is satisfying to type on, so great. On to the software. As far as accessing and utilising the Wooting software, it really is very simple and intuitive to use. You just go onto the website, you either download their software or you use the web-based utility tool, which is probably easier, and you can customise and save all the settings there. The keyboard itself, I've had the chance now to try the keyboard out for some gaming and utilising all the features, and yeah, I can say with some confidence that it's without doubt the most responsive keyboard that I've ever gamed on. And so far it completely meets the expectations from all the hype surrounding it, so yeah, kudos there. If you're in a position to purchase a Wooting keyboard, then I'd say go for it. There really is no downside. and although it's not cheap, it's very reasonably priced given the advantages it holds over, you know, all its competitors at the moment. And that would be my bottom line on it, really. I suppose one more thing to add is for Wooting as a company, I think they seem very refreshing in their, you know, in their approach to their marketing and their PR. They show on their YouTube channel that they're clearly prepared to kind of promote other products from other brands when it comes to customizing the keyboards for, you know, for the benefit of enhancing the user experience. And yeah, I think that kind of shows a selfless approach and probably enhances consumer confidence in Wooting as a brand. So bonus points from me there. And to sum up, well, if you're still here and you're still watching, then I just want to give you a massive thanks for sticking around and supporting me on my first video. I'll admit it was a bit more challenging than expected as I have very little video editing experience, but thankfully it came together okay in the end. Please feel free to ask me any questions or provide any constructive criticism in the comments, as I'll definitely take it on board when I'm moving forward. As it's my first video, I'll always be quite quick to reply to anything in the comment section, so yeah, I'm obviously keen to engage with anyone that was interested, you know, in the channel or the product. And yeah, I suppose I shouldn't forget to ask all you good folk to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And then yeah, thanks again, hopefully catch you all in the next one, so take it easy.